Welcome back to the Huddle. I'm Joe, and across from me, the only analyst who can turn a Vegas betting line into a philosophical treatise, Jane.
And I'm Jane. Joe, picture this. It's 4:25 p.m. in Denver. The air is thin, the crowd is a sea of orange, and for the first time in what feels like a decade, there's a genuine belief they can dethrone the kings of the AFC West. This isn't just another game. It's a referendum on a rivalry.
A rivalry that's been brutally one-sided. Patrick Mahomes is 13-1 against the Broncos as a starter. The Chiefs have owned this division for 9 straight years. But today, Jane, the script is flipped. The Broncos are 8-2, leading the division, while the Chiefs are a very mortal 5-4. And the odds makers? They've got the Chiefs as just a 4.5-point favorite. That's not confidence, that's a coin flip.
Exactly. But the most compelling story today isn't on the field. It's on the inactives list. It's about the ghosts, the guys in street clothes on the sideline whose absence will shape every single play.
You're talking about the Broncos injury report, which reads like a Pro Bowl roster. Their best defensive player, cornerback Pat Surtain II, is out with a pectoral injury. Their leading tackler, Alex Singleton, is out after having surgery for testicular cancer. And on offense, their star running back J.K. Dobbins is sidelined with a foot injury that could end his season.
Stop right there, Joe. Let's focus on Alex Singleton for a moment. This isn't just a hamstring pull. The man was diagnosed with cancer, had surgery on a Friday, and was initially trying to play. That's a level of toughness and dedication that transcends football. His absence isn't just a hole in the defense, it's an emotional void. How does that locker room respond to losing a leader who was willing to put his body through that for them?
It's an incredible story of courage, and from a purely strategic standpoint, it's devastating. The Broncos' defense, which allows the third fewest points in the league, is now missing its signal caller and its lockdown corner against Patrick Mahomes. You couldn't write a tougher scenario.
And then there's J.K. Dobbins. He gets taken down by a hip drop tackle, which he later called out online, and now he's on injured reserve. The weight of the running game now falls on a rookie, RJ Harvey. This is his moment, his trial by fire. Can this kid, who was the backup just a week ago, step into the void and carry the load against a desperate Chiefs team?
And let's not forget, the Chiefs have their own issues. Their top running back, Isiah Pacheco, is also inactive with a knee injury. So we have a battle of the backups. It completely changes the offensive game plans for both teams. Suddenly, this game isn't just Mahomes versus the Denver defense. It's Kareem Hunt and Brashard Smith for the Chiefs versus RJ Harvey for the Broncos. It becomes a game of grit and ground control.
This is where the story gets interesting. The Vegas line is 4 points, 5 points, but that number was calculated with these starters in mind. What is the emotional calculus? What is the next man up multiplier? We love to talk about dynasties and superstars, but football games are so often won and lost in these moments by the understudy who gets his one shot.
But let's be clinical for a second, Jane. Andy Reid, the Chiefs coach, is 22-4 after a bye week. That's a staggering statistic. He is a master of preparation. He's had 2 weeks to look at this wounded Broncos team and devise a plan. While Denver is patching holes, Reid is sharpening his sword. The odds still favor the Chiefs, 69.7% implied win probability, for a reason.
I hear the logic, Joe, I do. But you can't quantify the energy in that stadium. The Broncos have won 7 straight. They're at home, where they've won 10 in a row. They see the 9-time defending champs looking vulnerable. What if the absence of Singleton and Surtain doesn't break them, but galvanizes them? What if they play for the guys who can't be out there? That's a force that doesn't show up in the stats.
It's the ultimate test of a team's culture. Is it a system built around a few key stars, or is it a machine where the parts are interchangeable? The Broncos believe they've built the latter. Their defense has been ferocious, racking up sacks and shutting down opponents. But doing it without your all-pro corner and your leading tackler against one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, that's a different stratosphere of difficulty.
And for the Chiefs, this is a gut check moment. After years of dominance, they're the ones looking up in the standings. A loss today puts them in a very deep hole. For the first time in the Mahomes era, they are facing true divisional adversity. This game is a hinge point. It could signal the restoration of order, or it could be the day the crown truly slips.
So, when we look back on this season, we won't just remember the final score of this game. We'll remember the names on the inactive list. We'll remember the story of Alex Singleton's fight, of RJ Harvey's sudden ascent, and of a rivalry that was reborn not just by who was on the field, but the powerful, undeniable presence of those who were not.
It's a reminder that a team is a living, breathing organism. It gets wounded, it adapts, and sometimes it becomes stronger in the broken places. Today in Denver, we find out just how strong this Broncos team really is.
This podcast combines verified reports with expert analysis and narrative storytelling. Some dialogues may be dramatized for clarity, but all facts are sourced from credible media.